Hey, how's it going there? Your old pal Jim, Super Picker Flipping Duo. It's been a while. It's cold in Delaware. There's still snow and ice on the ground, like as much as it dropped a week ago, more than now. Yeah, we're shipping weekend stuff, the rest of it. I'm not going to do everything. We've got like 15 or 17 items left to ship. I'm just going to ship, I don't know, a couple, just to get content really going. But yeah, just to check in and see how everybody's doing. Let everybody know how I'm doing, and we'll ship some interesting stuff, hopefully. And I'll show you how to Frankenbox something. This guy right here, this Ionic Pro air purifier. That's what we're shipping now. But yeah, things have been okay. I don't know. Yesterday I slipped and fell on the ice and I broke a rib. So this hurts a lot. Like I could still move and do stuff, but I can't really lift anything heavy. Sleeping is a nightmare. No pun intended. Well, I guess pun intended a little bit, but yeah. So I'm in some pain, and ice sucks. I slipped on my own property, so I can't even sue anybody. Not that I would, but I'm just saying. Like I can't even making a claim against my own homeowner's insurance is counterproductive. So I'm not going to do that. And it's not like I slipped on like my front porch or anything like that. It was like in the middle of my lawn where like I would not expect there to be like a shoveled path. So we're wrapping up this guy, just standard bubble. And unfortunately, we don't have like short-term disability insurance or anything like that because we are self-employed. eBay, we could probably get our own insurance and deal with that, but it's expensive, so we just manage. That's what we're gonna do. Ashley will be here in a bit to help a little bit, but this is really the biggest pain in the butt thing, so I'll just get it done. And this isn't even that heavy, just the length of it right there, just putting my arms out, like extending really hurts. So the worst of it is over. Now it's just a matter of getting it into the box, which shouldn't be too bad, I hope. So we had a pretty busy weekend. Had a couple of high dollar sales, such as this one. Sold this for like $100. I did make a lot of changes to my store. I tried for a week to charge shipping on a lot of my items. I didn't charge shipping on board games. But basically everything else I started to charge shipping, and I didn't sell a damn thing except for board games. That was the only thing that I sold pretty much all week. So we canned that idea, except for we're going to start charging shipping on bigger, with the exception of this guy, heavier items. Got to be bigger and heavier. Like this is like 7-8 pounds, not too bad. In a box it'll probably be about 10 pounds, but really boxed, the dimensions on this won't be that terrible. But But what's killing me is the returns on the bigger stuff. So we're going to start charging shipping. So that's it, all wrapped up and pretty. There we go. I went to Walmart and bought, they've got these 16 by 12 by 12 boxes. We're just going to put one together. Obviously, one is not enough. And these are their adjustable boxes. I think they're Scotch brand, which is they're a good box. They're sturdy boxes. And so we got the one together. Now we're going to take our Ionic Pro, slap it in the box. There we go. We're going to put some paper in there so it doesn't bounce around too much. And this is it's going to be a challenge. Okay, that wasn't too bad. What I'm going to do, instead of, I'm going to get the other box and get it in position first. Oh, let's take this box. Go right on top. Make sure your flaps go inside the first box. Stuff it on down. Now, if you pinch the corners, usually you can get the box to go down as far as you need. That's probably a bit much. Yep. All right. Probably gonna have to have Ashley help me out here with. All right, there. Now we'll stuff the box. And of course, I'm doing this up on the table so you can see what I'm doing. Really, we just don't want it to bang around. Hold it up. Take the top and we're good to go. Except for getting the side stuff. Now you can cut the flaps or you can tape up the sides. I'm going to cut the flaps because I did go inside the box. And then we're just going to tape it up. You want to go around at least 2 times. I like to go around 3 times. There you go. It's all boxed up. That's Frankenboxing, putting 2 boxes together. It's really easy. I mean, that took me 10 minutes with a short intro to the video. And this thing is bubble wrapped and boxed up. All you got to do is have the right stuff. I mean, we had to go to Walmart to get these boxes, but we knew where to get the boxes when we bought this item. So that is 12. I knew that. So it's 29 inches tall, 12 by 12. Let's see how much it weighs. I think I put in 30 inches tall. And it's right at 11 pounds. So let's see what we got. We got some hats.
It was, but I got a call from Walgreens.
Aye. So FedEx ground economy is going to cost me $24.68. Could go UPS ground $28.68. I think ground economy will be fine with this one. $24.68 on a $100 sale on a $10 purchase. So that should be that's fine. Again, I mean, it's a big box, so and it's shipping to Wisconsin. So big box like this to cost $25 is fine. We will take that shipping cost. I'll put the label right on the side there. And this is good. All right, next we're going to ship this Linkable's Owl. We sold this guy for, where is it? 27 bucks. And it is going to South Carolina. We've been shipping a lot of stuff UPS Ground Saver instead of FedEx Ground Economy, which I actually prefer UPS to FedEx. FedEx is very careless with their packages. So if UPS is going to be the cheaper option, then I am just fine shipping it that way. Even if they're going to cost a couple of cents more, I will ship it that way if I'm not going to lose too much. Oh, all right. Another thing about my fall, my wrist is hurting a lot. Like I think I sprained it. I didn't break it because I could still move it, but that fall was bad. Like I slipped on the ice, so obviously that's bad enough. But then I couldn't get up because I was on the ice. So I laid there for a while. Ashley and my youngest son were out there with me. We had to call my oldest son out to help me get up. It was bad. And the impact of my fall didn't really break the ice all that much. So that's how thick the ice is around here. It is no joke. And I am in some pain today. Mm, mm. So another thing I'm doing with my store is I stopped my promoted listing campaign, which was just promote everything, because I want some more control over what I'm going to promote. So when I started that campaign like 3 years ago, I just hit promote all listings because I was lazy. I didn't select each and every one of my listings. I just said promote all because I just wanted to promote everything, um, and not think about it. Well, now I want to think about it. £3, 12.87. So this is next. NBC Sports Hat. Um, so I stopped that campaign where I'm just blanket promoting everything at 5%. I'm still promoting stuff at 5%. But now I'm only promoting items that have over 100 listings, for that uh, item or items. Like if I look up game of life, just the generic term, not the specific year. And like if I just look up game of life, I'm going to pull up more than 100 listings. I will promote the game of life. Um, if I look up these Case Logic CD holders, there's probably only going to be 50 or 75. I won't promote these. I'll, lean on my experience and just, you know, have confidence in myself to get my own listings on the first page, on the top half of the first page. So I won't promote those. So that's where I'm at. I'm trying to cut back because I'm getting burned on both ends with my inventory costs going up and my shipping costs going up. I've got to cut costs, and I've got to cut costs where I can manage costs. So that's what I'm doing. That and then the charging shipping on the larger items. So those two ways I can kind of claw back some of my costs here. Seven ounces. By the way, we sold that hat for $45. Free shipping, of course. We sold another NBC Sports hat. This is just a plain white hat, no tag, but it is new. There's the tag on the inside, and there is cardboard in there. We already bagged it up, so it's tough to see, but it is in there. I think we sold that hat for 36, 35,
33.
33.70. So these NBC Sports hats were a good find. And if you see them out there, definitely something worth picking up. Not that you're going to find them everywhere. They're good to pick up because they're hard to find. So, but just keep that on your radar. A lot of times when you see like NBC mugs and stuff like that, Comcast mugs, like they're not really worth anything. But these NBC sports hats, for some reason, people love them. 7. You want to ship? No, give me something. Next thing we sold is this Rolodex. Rolodex. This is the I don't know, the 200 with blank cards. I think we sold this for $20. So we're not getting as much for these as we used to. I'll still pick them up for, $2 or $3. Um, but they are sitting a bit right now. Couldn't tell you why. Yeah, sold this for 20 bucks on the nose. Couldn't tell you where it's shipping to.
Illinois.
Illinois. That's where it's shipping. Yeah, so another thing I wanted to bring up, and I don't have any of this written down, so I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. I never write anything down. I never turn the can on with a plan. I just go. um, so one of the things I wanted to talk about was something that happened to me this January. Yeah, they start talking. Um, that I think happens to a lot of sellers, and nobody really acknowledges it. And sellers just keep getting stuck in that same pattern every year because we just kind of forget about it. And that is that, you know, fourth quarter is over and we continue listing into January, of course. Um, but we don't ramp ourselves down off of that January pricing. So we're still caught up in fourth quarter and fourth quarter pricing. And we're all like, yeah, I'm still going to get $45 for that game because I just got it 2 weeks ago. Well, 2 weeks ago, it was Christmas time and people were panicked and they wanted that game by a certain day. So they were willing to pay a lot of money to get it by that certain day. And now that buyer panic is gone. So we as sellers have to acknowledge that and lower our expectation coming out of that. And that's something that I did not do, which is why I think my numbers fell off a bit there, last week. Uh, and why I bought something that I was expecting to sell like that, and it didn't. 10.842 pounds. Because I was still hyped from fourth quarter, and I'm like, wow, this stuff's going to sell super fast because I just sold it super fast. Or look at all these sales in the sold that happened in the last month. Well, yeah, that was Christmas. Like that, we're still in that 90-day window. So don't look at the sales history and say, wow, this stuff sells really great because a lot of it sold in December and late November. Like that stuff is supposed to sell great then. Like look at like November 15th to September, or as far back as you can go. Next we're selling this kettle, Revere Rare kettle. We didn't get a lot for it, $20 maybe.
Yeah, I think you only paid like two for it.
I paid $2 for it. So we're fine with selling it for 20, but we only sold it for 20. It's a newer kettle. You can tell it's newer, one by the style, right? So, but there's two screws here, and they're Phillips head, so it's newer. Also on the bottom, the logo is just a newer stamp. You can just tell it's newer. There's no circles. There's no location of where it is, either Clinton or Rome, New York. It's just a very generic. So it's U.S. made because it doesn't say made in China, but it's newer. So it's not going to get $30-$40. It's only going to get 20. But I only paid 2, so that's fine. Anyway, don't get caught up when you're out there sourcing for now. This will end as the December comps go away. But don't get caught up in, wow, this stuff sold like crazy because it sold during the time of the year when it's supposed to sell. Like, yes, it did sell crazy and it sold for really good money, but it was supposed to because it had that built in buyer panic. So every year it happens to me, and I always forget to remind myself, like, hey, this was December. Like, yes, this board game did really, really well that month. But if I go back and look at, if it's early January and I look at October, like it didn't sell crazy, like good. So I don't know. It's just something to think about when you're going out there and you're looking at comps right now and you're pricing stuff based on sold and not current, or you're looking at other sellers that are selling stuff crazy high. Maybe they're looking at December prices and not considering that, yeah, the December prices don't really line up with, the demand right now. So always think about the current demand, not the past demand. I guess is a succinct way to think about it. £2, 10.86. Next up is this Kenmore vacuum hose. This is a newer model. We sold this for 52.50, I think. Hmm. So it looks like we're going to go out and get some more inventory tomorrow. We had been going out a bit here and there. Um, More locally. And if you've watched my shorts, the prices are getting outrageous. And I couldn't even tell you that, if they're looking stuff up, because when I look up the same stuff, I don't see those prices. No. Um, like my last short was a Pampered Chef rectangle chill and serve, which is just something you stick in the fridge to, chill the base of it to keep your veggies cold while you have it out on the table or whatnot. And they had $50 in it. Well, brand new, the thing sells for 40, 45. So I have no idea where they're getting 50, how they think that they can ask 50. Used it gets maybe 35. Maybe.
It wasn't even complete.
And it wasn't complete. It was missing the most important part. So I mean I don't want to sound all full of myself, but we're the professionals. Like you're asking Goodwill employees to charge top dollar for shit, and um they're not the professionals. They're not looking stuff up and knowing that they don't know what they're looking at. So they're just taking a picture of something saying, yeah, this is it. They have no idea if it's complete. They have no idea if it's the same thing. It just looks like the thing. And so they just throw a sticker on there. And then the store gets a bad reputation. £4. 15, 12, 6. Um, so it sucks for the stores. And I'm only saying this in the hopes that a Goodwill manager watches this at some point. So if you know a Goodwill manager, clip this part and share it with them. Because when you raise your prices like that and you have employees that don't know what they're looking at, you look stupid. And you turn off customers who know what they're looking at. So price your stuff reasonably because you're getting it for free anyway. You're not the professional pricer.
Yeah, once I saw that $50, I was done in that store.
Yeah, once you see that kind of stuff, you don't want to be in that store. Like you're just ready to go. You're like, okay, these people don't know what they're doing with their pricing, so I don't want to involve myself with this store anymore. So you're just ready to go. So again, if you know a thrift store manager, pass that little tidbit along. I need the bigger one.
Yeah.
All right, we're changing out bubble wraps here. So and this will probably be the last thing we ship on video because I need to focus because we're running towards the end of the day and I'm moving slow anyway. We got to get to the pack and ship store. Now I just got to hold stuff because something like bubble wrap is too heavy. So, yeah. Another thing was my first, and I'll do more of these because I think it's funny when I can make up songs about thrift stores charging too much. This Parcheesi game, we're selling the Royal Edition newer version. I think we sold this for 25.
24.75.
Yeah, 24.70. Used Tommy Bahama shirt. Long sleeve shirt, so not even the kind of Tommy Bahama shirt anybody really wants. Because, when you think of Tommy Bahama, you're thinking like Hawaiian shirts, short sleeve, linen maybe, summertime, Bahamas, hence the name. You're not thinking long sleeve. But this is just a regular old long sleeve shirt, $50. And Tommy Bahama is not that brand. They're just not. They're a nice brand, but they're not a, hey, this has got good resale value used. That's not them. They're a, hey, I bought this shirt $50 new. Let me get $5 for it at my yard sale. Maybe if I got a Hawaiian shirt.
The way the cashier was going on about you getting that Under Armour shirt for $1, I probably want it to be like, it's used.
Right. That cashier, because this was a church thrift. I won't say the name, but it was like their upscale. So they had an Under Armour fishing polo shirt that I bought just because it was 75% off. So I only paid like $1 for it. And she was like, "You got an Under Armour shirt for $1?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's the only reason why I bought it. Because if it was $4, I wouldn't have bought it." And now I could sell it for $15 and still be okay. Like,
It wasn't even in great condition. Like, it wasn't
okay.
Eh.
I mean, it wasn't new, no. But like, yeah, Under Armour's not a great brand either. Like,
They're okay.
they're okay. Like, if you could buy it at Kohl's, it's not a great brand. Just like Nike is not a great brand. Like, everybody thinks Nike is like, oh, Nike. It's not a great brand. It's an okay brand. It's mid, as the kids say. £2. 12, 12, 3. So we'll cut this out here because 35 minutes is long enough. So yeah, don't get caught up in the hype. I changed my store if you're interested in that. Some little changes we did. Our promoted listing strategy, our shipping, stuff like that. I fell down. I hurt myself.
That's the highlight.
That's the highlight. The
Fell
low
down.
light for me.
You fell twice.
I did fall twice. But the
Ew.
one I really hurt myself. And yeah, so that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. All that happy horseshit. We'll catch you next time.